On Friday, Anthropic quietly shipped something that most people haven't processed yet. Figma's stock dropped 7%. Adobe had a very bad Monday. And if you know where to look, a handful of founders, solopreneurs, and product people are already rebuilding how they work. It's called Claude Design. And this is the arc where I tell you what it actually is, what it isn't, and what you should do about it. This is Claude Design Research Preview, free inside your existing Claude plan, and very likely the most consequential product launch from Anthropic since Cowork. I'm Leah, this is Claude Unlocked, and over the next 6 episodes, we're going to take this thing seriously. Here's what happened. Anthropic didn't release a design feature. They released a design product. A full tool, a canvas, an interface, a file system, a design system layer, export formats, integrations with Canva and Claude Code. Built on their newest and most capable vision model, Claude Opus 4.7, which also dropped on Friday. This is Anthropic stepping out of the language model lane and into the application layer that has historically belonged to Figma, Adobe, and Canva. Whether they wanted to say it out loud or not, this is a shot. What does it actually do? In one sentence. You describe what you want, Claude designs it. Not a template, not a starting point you then have to beat into shape for an hour. An actual first draft of a real designed thing, built from a conversation, rendered on a canvas, ready to iterate. Here's what it can produce as of this week. Interactive prototypes, pitch decks and slide presentations, landing pages and one-pagers, internal tools and mock-ups, marketing and social assets. And when you're done, it exports PDF, PPTX, HTML files, internal shareable URLs, round trip into Canva for editing, or a handoff bundle that goes straight to Claude Code if you want the thing built. This sits at the top of an actual production pipeline. It's not a toy. And here's the thing most of the coverage is missing. During onboarding, Claude reads your brand files and your code base. It builds a design system for you, and every single project after that automatically uses your colors, your typography, your components. This is the bit that matters. This is the real product. Everything else is features. This is the moat. Episode 3 goes deep on this because it changes what you're even buying when you use Claude Design. Let me tell you why this is not just another Canva. Template tools start you from a template. You change the text, you change the colors, you tweak until it's adequate, and you end up with something that looks like everyone else who used that template. Claude Design starts you from a brief. Your brand gets applied automatically, you iterate in conversation, and the output is yours. Not a customized template, an actual design built from your identity up. One flattens you into a template, the other builds from who you are. Who should actually care about this? 3 people. Founders who need a pitch deck before a meeting and don't have 3 days. Solopreneurs who can't afford a designer but still want their work to look considered. And experienced designers who want to prototype 10 directions in an afternoon instead of rationing their exploration to 2. If your design work currently starts with opening a blank Canva template, this changes your week. That's most of us. Here's how you get in. Claude Pro, Max, and Team subscribers have access included. Enterprise teams have it, but it's opt-in by admins. It's rolling out gradually through the week, so if you don't see it yet, you will soon. And because it's in Research Preview, there's no separate charge. It's free inside the plan you're already on. You probably already have access. Honest caveats now, because this isn't a hype video. It's Research Preview. The interface will change, features will move, rough edges will appear. Expect instability. First drafts are often generic. The magic isn't in the first output, it's in the iteration. People who post disappointed tweets about Claude Design's first output are missing the point of the product. And it won't replace a designer who can hold a vision across a project and a brand. It's incredible at execution. It's average at taste. Yours still matters. Episode 6 is the full, honest audit. For now, just know this is a real thing with real limits. Here's the shift underneath all of this. Design used to be a skill gap. If you couldn't use Figma, you couldn't make a deck that looked considered. You hired someone. You used templates. You lowered your standards. Now it's a briefing skill. If you can describe what you want, precisely, in the right order, with the right constraints, you can build it. The skill hasn't disappeared, it's moved. It's moved from the hands to the mouth, and that's genuinely new. Here's where this arc goes. 6 episodes, every 2 to 3 days. The whole thing lands inside 2 weeks. Episode 2 is the brief. The actual anatomy of a prompt that gets Claude Design to give you something usable. Episode 3 is the design system, the moat I mentioned. Episode 4 is the export pipeline and what happens after the design is done. Episode 5 is a complete pitch deck built on camera, prompt by prompt. And episode 6 is the honest audit. Subscribe if you want to watch it unfold. 3 things worth knowing about how this arc is built. No screen recordings. You've seen 100 watch me click around Claude Design videos already. This arc is different. It's concepts and artifacts, prompts, briefs, outputs, reasoning. Every episode leaves you with a prompt or a pattern, something you can take and use the same day. Honesty over hype. Including the places Claude Design falls down, because a tool you understand honestly is a tool you can actually use. You won't learn to click buttons here. You'll learn to think in briefs. If you take one thing from this episode, take this. If you can describe it, you can build it. That's genuinely new. That's the whole arc. Everything else we cover is just helping you do the describing well. Your homework is the only homework. Open Claude Design. Describe one thing you've always wanted. A landing page for something you've been meaning to launch. A pitch deck. A prototype of a tool that doesn't exist. Don't iterate. Don't perfect it. Just see what it gives you. Then tell me in the comments what it made. The comments on this video are going to be the best research I do all week. That's the arc. See you in the next one.